begin with a look at how this event has evolved in the past 165 years. Fantastic racing. It is also the only location to host the Louis Vuitton America's Cup World Series event.
To be surprising.
Okay, well.
And really focusing on next year. So.
I think we'd all love to win up here. There's no two ways about that.
Team this weekend.
Racing now.
A lot of the lessons you take from this is really from the team dynamics, you know, communication, tactical, race situations, you know, the manoeuvres are, you know, we're in foiling boats. But yes, on the technical side, the fact is we all have exactly the same boats here. They are completely one design, the boats weigh the same, the foils are exactly the same. So the big one here is a team and getting out there and racing and under that regatta pressure. New Cup boats are just turboed big time. They're very, very powerful, very fast, and very, very physical. You know, sophisticated machines. So it is a big step going from a World Series boat to the America's Cup class. But I think that's what it requires. You know, that's what's expected, and people will not be disappointed. I mean, for instance, these America's Cup class boats would beat the 72 we won the last America's Cup in, you know, and that's the boat that's gone down in size to 50 feet. It's more physical, more demanding. So I really think we've got a pretty good balance on the class and the way the rule is. Well, I think we only have to look at the last America's Cup, you know. I think that was really a big showcase for foiling and what that can do. Since then, what do you see when you look around now? You see guys surfing waves on foils. You see kiteboarding, they race on foils now. So I think it really opens people's mind as to what is a more efficient setup to get out there and really essentially go faster on the water. And so that's really cool to see that trickle down into the marine industry, not just in sailing but in the powerboat industry as well. I also think a lot of the systems that we're developing on board the boats, and I think probably the last one is just how physical it's become. You know, I think in the past sailors haven't been viewed by mainstream as athletes. They just sit on the side of the boat. Well, that's changed quite a lot, and I think any young person today that wants to get into a foiling class, they have to be a great athlete as well, not just have a great sort of technical and strategic mind. I think it's a great time to be involved in the game, and I think looking forwards, the sport's in a great place.
Well, it's both actually. You know, Portsmouth is sort of centre of our maritime history and heritage in Britain. You know, we have Nelson's Victory here, HMS Warrior, and the America's Cup actually started here in 1851. And that's really the ethos of the team, is to right that wrong in our maritime history, if you like, to bring the America's Cup home where it belongs in Portsmouth in the Solent area. And that's our goal, that's what motivates us. Well, the ultimate goal is to try and win. You know, every event that we go into, we want to win. We want to be successful as a relatively new team in the America's Cup field. I think we proved that last year, and some of the other events that we can win, we can compete at the highest level in this circuit. To be able to win in front of the home crowd again, that would be massive for us as the home team, and then would set us up nicely as we move out to Bermuda later this year.
I think when you look back at the history, 1851 is where it all began, and so yeah, a lot of history here. We were here in 2001 for the 150th Jubilee as well, and so yeah, you definitely think a lot about, you know, America's Cup and where its roots lie. It's a very difficult venue because you're sort of faced with a lot of challenges other than just the wind. The currents are very strong at times. You know, it's a challenging venue, you know, compared to some of the other ones. So yeah, you really need to be thinking a lot about your strategy and making the most of the conditions. Well, the goal for Sunday is to obviously to finish off and find ourselves in a strong position. So you know, we just take it race by race, and we need to have a strong Saturday to have a good chance to have a strong Sunday. So it's about learning from the mistakes from the past events and trying to improve on this one.
There are many fans here. It's good. It's good. We can hear the people looking the race like a stadium, and this is a good feeling for the sailors and for the teams on the water. Otherwise, the waters here, the wind could be very inconsistent. Could be in all direction. There is also a current, so we have to manage in terms of tactic and strategy these two things. Last year we had too much wind one day, for example, and could be the same. But I think the forecast will be nice for this week. And the history, yes, the history we have to think about that, but because it's the first place of the America's Cup here around the White Island, and yeah, this is we feel that with the people around because they know very well the sailing world and the story. There are many boats looking the race, so you feel this culture of sailing here very well. My goal is always to have many people behind me in the finishing line. It's hard because it's very high, the highest level you can imagine in the sailing world, and if we can do a podium, it will be a good result for us because we are not yet looking at the first place because we have a lot of work and a lot of improvements to do. But at the end, we have to looking at the first place for next week and for the America's Cup. Notre objectif, c'est d'avoir toujours le maximum de personnes derrière nous. Aujourd'hui, c'est difficile d'imaginer qu'on puisse gagner la régate complètement, puisqu'on a encore beaucoup de choses à apprendre et d'expérience à acquérir sur ce genre de bateau et sur ce genre de régate. Mais dans un an, il faudra qu'on soit capable de battre les meilleurs sur l'eau pour la Coupe de l'América, et c'est notre objectif final.
Yeah, look, it's an amazing, to be back here again after 12 months of the last time we were here for the start of the series. So it's a great place to sail. Very, very tidal, a lot of current, some tricky conditions. But after last year, it's been we've had 7 races now, and to be leading the series after that 7 race America's Cup World Series we've had is great for us. Very, very happy to be back. Yeah, I think it could be quite light and shifty over the next few days. So yeah, the racing could be very, very difficult. There's a lot of current as well, so it makes the picking the right way to go around the course quite difficult. So hopefully we'll end up with some good starts and lead some of these guys around the track. Yeah, look, our goal would be for sure to finish on the podium again and hopefully consolidate our lead in the World Series. So we have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of other teams here that would like to beat us and close the gap in the points. So we'll have to work very hard to stay on top.